Okay, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to deal with mathematics. I don't know how far you are in mathematics, but I want to help you to understand mathematics. So I'm going to start from the basics, from the foundation of mathematics to teach you today. And I believe if you listen attentively, you are going to get what mathematics is all about. Mathematics, I know you may not know the definition, but I want to give you maybe a definition. Every school of thought has actually defined mathematics in so many ways, but I want to define it in a way maybe it will be good to you or with regards to what I want to teach you. So Aristotle defined mathematics as the science of quantity, but to make it more concise and precise and more understandable, I'm going to use that mathematics is a science of numbers, space, and quantity. With regards to maybe abstract, that we call it pure mathematics, it may be applied when it is used in other courses like engineering, physics, and the rest of it. So that's the two types of mathematics. We have applied mathematics and the pure mathematics. So pure is when we did about it contains about mathematics, equation, and the rest of it. But applied mathematics is when it is used in other courses like physics, chemistry, and the rest of it. So today I want you to follow me. We're going to start with, since mathematics is the science of numbers, I want to start with what is a number. What is a figure or a quantity that is used for measurement or for counting. Then every number have what we call numerals. A numeral is a symbol that is used to represent a number. So when you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, different people has how they actually present their own numerals, like how the Roman numeral, have the English one, which when we start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to tell you types of numbers. So watch it. Let's start with it. Types of numbers. We have number one, we have whole numbers. Whole numbers. Number two, we have integers. Integers. Number three, we have odd numbers. We have number four, even numbers. Even numbers. Number five, we have prime numbers. Number six, we have mixed numbers. Number seven, we have perfect numbers. Number eight, we have decimal numbers. Number nine, we have irrational numbers. Number 10, I'll stop with rational numbers. So all these are the types of numbers we have. So when you don't understand in any course, it's because you don't understand the division of its terms, then the symbols and the signs that are used in the subject. Once you understand the division of mathematics and how it goes, you will always be a pro in it. Remember what I told you, that mathematics is the science of numbers, space, and science of numbers, space, and quantity. So we're dealing with numbers, and I'm starting with the definition of number. I've defined the number for you, that it is a figure or a quantity that is used for counting or for measurement. So you can see that these are the types of number. I'm going to explain them one after the other. What is a whole number? A whole number are positive numbers. Positive numbers. The example of a whole number is 1, 2, 3, 4. All these are what? Whole numbers. They are whole. They are whole. They are complete. Then we have another. We can also call whole numbers natural numbers, if you like. We have what we call integers. Integers are negative numbers and positive number and zero. All the negative number, all the positive number, including what? Zero. That's what we call integers. For example, -1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. For this minus to other positive numbers is what we call what? Integers. Remember in minus that -2 is less than what? -1. That means -1 is greater than -2 in minus. Then we have what we call odd. Odd numbers are numbers that are not divisible by 2. Any number that 2 cannot divide, but 2 is not its factor, is an odd number. For example, we have 1, we have 3, we have 7, we have 5, we have 7, and 8. Then even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. Any number that 2 can divide is what we call an even number. So we have 1, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and the rest. Then a prime number is a number that have 2 factors. A number that have 2 factors, itself and 1. So all the prime numbers are either divisible by 1 and itself. So any number that has only 2 factors is what? A prime number. Remember, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So all these numbers, look at them, you discover that what? They can only be divided by them itself and what? 1. We call them what? Prime numbers. A mixed number is a number that contains both a whole number and a fraction. A whole number and a fraction. For example, if I write this 4 whole number 1/2, this is a mixed number containing a whole number and what? A fraction. If you look at this, this is a whole number, this is a fraction. Then you can a fraction is part of a whole number. It's a part of a whole number. That's what we call a fraction. If you look at the fraction, we only have what? The numerator, which is the one at the top. Then the one at the bottom is what we call what? The denominator. Then this is what we call what? The divisor, or we call it what? The horizontal bar that separates the numerator and the what? The denominator. Then we have 2 types of fraction. We have 2 types of fraction. We have 2 types of fraction. We have proper fraction. We have improper fraction. Proper fraction is when it can be divided. Like for example, when you have something like 1/2, it cannot be broken down. We call it what? Proper fraction. But when it's improper, you don't have 8/3. You can see that this is what? Improper fraction. Proper fraction is when the numerator is less than the denominator. But whenever the numerator becomes more than the denominator, we call it what? Improper what? Fraction. Remember I said that fraction is part of a whole number. Then we'll have perfect numbers. Perfect numbers are numbers in which the sum of its factors is equal to the number. Sum of its factors is equal to the number. For example, you don't include the number when we mean a perfect number. For example, 6 is a perfect number. How do we know? Factors of 6 is 1, 2, 3, and 6. What I mean by factors is numbers that can divide that number exactly without remember is what? A factor of a number. A factor is all the numbers that can divide another number without a remainder. We say that is what? A factor. For example, if you look at 6, these are the factors of 6. 1, 2, 3, and 6. A perfect number is a number that its factor, excluding itself, these factors, sums up to the number. For example, factors 2 plus 1 plus 3 will give you equal to 6. You see, excluding the number itself, all other its factor will give you equal to number. Any number that can behave like that is what we call what? A perfect what? Number. Another example is 28. If you now like, you can check how 28 is a perfect number. Add all the factors of 28, excluding 28 itself. You see that 28 is also what? A perfect number. You have what we call decimal numbers. A decimal number is a number that have points in its expression, like 6.2. Because of this point, this makes this what? A decimal what? Number. You have irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are numbers whose quotients are inexpressible. Their quotients are inexpressible, or their estimation, the expansion of their decimal expansion, it is either inexpressible or they cannot be what? They are not periodic or inexhaustible. What do I mean by that? Like if you do 27 pi, for example, pi, which has equals to 27 over 7 over 22 over 7, is an irrational number. Why? If you take pi, divide 22.22 divided by 7, it will give you, the decimal is not periodic. You can't even exhaust it. It's very long that it is hard to express. That's what he says, that there are what? Irrational what? Number. Their quotient cannot be actually expressed in simple fraction. You get? That's what we call what? Irrational numbers. The rational numbers, their quotient can be what? Expressed. Like for example, 4 over 2 is equals to what? 2. You see that their own is expressible. We call this what? Rational numbers. So in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to work with operations in mathematics, how to also know the operations and how to work with them, how to do sum, quotient, difference, and the rest of it. So in our next class, you see it, and believe me, if you are consistent and open your mind to learn mathematics, I'm telling you, call your neighbor, call your brothers, call even your children. Ask them to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Facebook, to like our Facebook page. We're going to update you, and definitely you move from where you are to where you ought to be. Thank you.